Imagine the thrill of waiting for your favorite superhero to swing back into action after a real-life setback. Now multiply that by millions of fans holding their breath. That's the heart-pounding drama unfolding with Spider-Man: Brand New Day, where production hit a snag but is now roaring back to life. But here's where it gets controversial. Does this incident highlight Hollywood's relentless pace at the expense of actors' well-being? Or is it just part of the high-stakes game that makes blockbusters so exhilarating? Stick around as we dive deeper into the updates from the set in Basingstoke, and you'll see how one star's recovery could redefine what we expect from next summer's biggest hits. Rumors buzzing out of Basingstoke paint a picture of Spider-Man: Brand New Day turning a pivotal corner following a terrifying mishap that had fans everywhere on edge. What exactly did observers glimpse on location, and how could this shift the entire trajectory leading up to next year's blockbuster season? Just 3 weeks after a head injury brought filming to an abrupt standstill, Tom Holland made his triumphant comeback to the Spider-Man: Brand New Day set right there in Basingstoke. He eased back in with rehearsals, sharing laughs and chats with the cast and crew, signaling that the show must go on. Production has picked up steam again under a revamped timeline designed to recover lost ground, with extra shoots planned in Glasgow to boot. His initial public outing post-accident ignited a social media frenzy, with fans posting celebratory shout-outs in droves. Under the direction of Destin Daniel Cretton, and with Sony Pictures eyeing a July 31st, 2026 release date, the project is firmly back on track to deliver the goods. Tom Holland is back on the Spider-Man set post-recovery. Tom Holland, the charismatic actor who embodies Peter Parker in the Spider-Man franchise, has jumped back into the fray for his newest escapade in Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Returning to the set in Basingstoke, England, after bouncing back from a head injury that caused a 3-week production delay, Holland's presence has fans exhaling in collective relief. The young talent is raring to go, ready to infuse new life into Spider-Man's ongoing story with his signature charm and energy. Kevin Costner returns with a Western series inspired by a true story, alongside another Oscar-winning actor. https:/3dvfcom/Kevin Costner returns with a Western series inspired by a true story, alongside another Oscar-winning actor. Kevin Costner returns with a Western series inspired by a true story, alongside another Oscar-winning actor. 3dvfcom/en/Kevin Costner returns with a Western series inspired by a true story, alongside another Oscar-winning actor. 3dvfcom/n/Kevin Costner returns with a Western series inspired by a true story, alongside another Oscar-winning actor. Monster, the Netflix series on Ed Gein, unravels fact from fiction between chilling voices and links to Ted Bundy. https:/3dvfcom/Monster, the Netflix series on Ed Gein unravels fact from fiction between chilling voices and links to Ted Bundy. Monster, the Netflix series on Ed Gein unravels fact from fiction between chilling voices and links to Ted Bundy. https:/3dvfcom/n/Monster, the Netflix series on Ed Gein unravels fact from fiction between chilling. Eyewitness accounts reveal he dove straight into practice sessions, connecting warmly with his co-stars and the behind-the-scenes team. Even caught in his full Spider-Man costume, Holland's arrival pumped up the atmosphere during what was meant to be a quiet day of shooting. His upbeat attitude lifted spirits across the production, with everyone clearly delighted to have their leading man back in the swing. Filming had been put on hold after Holland's injury, but smart scheduling tweaks, think extra safety protocols and adjusted timelines, have ensured the momentum isn't lost. These enhancements prioritize protecting Holland and his fellow performers, allowing them to proceed without further worries. Tom Holland and Destin Daniel Cretton on the set of Spider-Man: Brand New Day in Basingstoke today. Pick twitter.com @UI091U. https://best of Tom Holland @Tom Holland, October 9th, 2025. https twitter.com/status 19634425822937. A fanfare-filled comeback that has everyone buzzing. The excitement wasn't confined to the set. The cast and crew's joy extended to fans worldwide. Social media exploded with hashtags, clever memes, and touching notes of encouragement, praising Holland's commitment and building hype for the film's debut. This latest scoop has only amplified the chatter around Spider-Man: Brand New Day, underscoring just how impatient moviegoers are for the next chapter in this legendary superhero tale. And this is the part most people miss: how one actor's personal triumph can galvanize an entire fanbase, turning a potential disaster into a story of resilience that mirrors Peter Parker's own battles. What's on the horizon for Spider-Man: Brand New Day? The forthcoming film, helmed by director Destin Daniel Cretton, is set to delve into brand new trials and tribulations for our friendly neighborhood hero. While specifics about the plot are still shrouded in mystery to keep the surprises intact, the team's tight-lipped approach hints at thrilling revelations ahead. For instance, imagine Peter facing moral dilemmas that echo real-world issues like identity and responsibility, all while dodging villains in heart-stopping action sequences. With Holland once again leading the charge, audiences can look forward to the blend of adrenaline-fueled escapades and emotional depth that's become his hallmark in the Spider-Man role. Slated for a July 31st, 2026 premiere, Spider-Man: Brand New Day is all set to carry forward Marvel's tradition of web-slinging heroism. Fans, now's a great time to circle that date on your calendars and maybe revisit past Spider-Man adventures to refresh your excitement. Perhaps comparing how this entry builds on previous films like Homecoming or No Way Home. This star replaces Ryan Gosling in the Ocean's 11 prequel with Margot Robbie. https://3dvf.com/this star replaces Ryan Gosling in the Ocean's 11 prequel with Margot Robbie. This star replaces Ryan Gosling in the Ocean's 11 prequel with Margot Robbie. https://3dvf.com/this star replaces Ryan Gosling in the Ocean's 11 prequel. No one saw it coming. This new #1 on Netflix dethrones the sequel to the greatest horror universe ever created. https://3dvf.com/this new #1 on Netflix dethrones the sequel to the greatest horror universe ever created. No one saw it coming. This new #1 on Netflix dethrones the sequel to the greatest horror universe ever created. https://3dvf.com/no one saw it coming. This new #1 on Netflix dethrones the sequel to the greatest horror universe ever created. 3dvf.com/en no one saw it coming. This new #1 on Netflix dethrones the greatest horror universe ever created. A blockbuster well worth the anticipation. Holland's quick rebound and the team's unyielding dedication mean Spider-Man: Brand New Day is steadily advancing toward its finish line. With the Globe's go-to web-slinger back in full force, the clock is ticking down to that magical July 31st, 2026 unveiling. But let's stir the pot a bit. In an era of constant superhero reboots and sequels, does this fresh take on Spider-Man truly innovate? Or does it risk diluting the classic character's magic by chasing trends? Some argue it's a bold evolution that keeps the franchise vibrant for new generations, while others worry it might overshadow the timeless appeal of the originals. What do you think? Does Hollywood prioritize profit over creativity in these reboots? Or is it a necessary evolution? Share your take in the comments below. Are you team reboot revolution or stick to the classics? We'd love to hear your perspective and debate the future of superhero storytelling.